Hello everyone, and welcome to the 5th episode and the epic return of the Poorly Planned Podcast. I am your host. Let's do that again, I took it too deep. Hello everyone, and welcome to the 5th episode and the epic return of the Poorly Planned Podcast. I am your host, BHL Hudson, also known as Benedict, and I am joined once again by the incomparable Frederick.
Yes.
Hey
Frederick.
guys,
Lovely to be back. It's been too long.
Very professional, thank you. I like it.
You need my input.
Debatable. So basically, what this is for new listeners, because okay, you have to stop cracking your knuckles. I'm sorry. What this is basically because I've gotten a lot of new subscribers over the summer, so I imagine there's quite a few people who don't know what this is.
Little humble brag.
Yeah, humble brag. This is basically a podcast I do with a friend of mine, Frederick, who you're here.
Yes, I am here.
Okay, good. Basically, we just talk about movies and superhero movies and TV shows and all that kind of stuff for about an hour and a half, maybe a little more, maybe a little less. And we usually have...
We do the news and then have a theme for each week.
Yeah, this week is going to be a little different, but we'll get to that in a little bit. What I want to say right off the bat, I'm sorry, I'm slightly sore throat. We have actually started a new channel for this podcast. It's called... The Poorly Planned Podcast. Yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. If you want to go subscribe to that, which I highly recommend you do, there is a link in the description. There's also a little card in the top right-hand corner, I believe, on this video.
And you release it on your Twitter as well, right?
Yeah. I put it on my Twitter. It's on my channel. You can't miss it. All right, it's all over there. So please go subscribe to that and support it if you like the podcast, or if you don't know what it is, stick around and see if it's something you don't hate entirely. Also, by the way, people have been asking if I can get this onto iTunes. Just saying, I am trying. It is a lot more difficult than I thought it was going to be. So it also involves spending money, which I was not ready for. I just thought it was.
I was so not prepared for this.
I just thought it was as simple as you drag the file and then it just uploads. But no, you have to
go through a whole thing.
Yeah, which I was not ready for. So. Hopefully that works out. All right, we're working on it. Anyway, enough dilly-dallying. This week is going to be a little different because we've been off for like several weeks, like 5 weeks or so. So instead of doing the news and a topic, usually at the front of the episode,
we go through like 40 minutes of news. Thereabout.
No, I was going to say the movie reviews.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. See, I'm sorry.
This is why you.
This is why I told you to be quiet during the intro. Yeah. So normally at the start we'll do a little 30-second to a minute recap of every like movie or TV show we watched that week. It doesn't take too long. It's a little fun thing to do. I have to edit out all these coughs, by the way. Yeah, I'll leave that one in so you know what I'm talking about, but that's my struggle. Okay. But normally we do that. And this week, since it's been so long, there's no really point in covering the news because
what about like
we'll talk about at the end some Comic-Con stuff and some D23, like the big stuff. But generally, like little things that happened over the summer, there's too much to go over, really. So we thought this episode we'd do a big recap of all the stuff we watched over the summer. That being, first we'll just talk about the movies on like Netflix and stuff that we watched in the shows.
Yep.
Then we'll actually talk summer movies 2017 that we saw in the cinema.
Yeah.
And at the end, maybe we'll talk a little bit of news, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. We'll see how it goes. We have some notes here. Yeah. Yep, you took a deep breath like you had something to add.
No.
Okay, you'll be silent this episode.
I have to remain quiet for the intro, I've been told.
Okay,
otherwise
well,
I get whipped.
The intro is over.
Yes!
Speak.
All right.
So that's basically what this episode is going to be. Hope you enjoyed. Next week, I think we're going to do ranking the MCU movies.
Ooh, exciting.
Yeah, we were going to do that this week, but then I thought if we do all these movies that we watched and then that it would be like a 4-hour show. Oh. You underestimate how much I can talk about the Marvel movies. And if you want to skip around to the different movies, shows, topics, if you haven't seen one or whatnot, if you just want to move around, there are time codes down below, so you can skip around as you please. Isn't that right, Freddie?
That's right.
But first of all, 2 things before we get into that. 2 tangents on top of this tangent. One, we got, I guess you can call it fan art from
wonderful.
I feel bad actually. I don't have his name. Let me pull this up. Yeah.
See, don't send fan art here. He doesn't know you.
Please send as much as you... Okay. Ben Langford.
Ben Langford.
Yeah, Ben... Okay, so this guy on Instagram called Ben Langford, he sent me this amazing, like, posterish image he made for. I think if I can put it up here.
Yeah, this is in the video, right?
Yeah. Which consists of stuff we've mentioned on the pod, and it's great.
And
so
the subtitle. I love the subtitle.
Our news isn't new,
Our
which
news
is
isn't news.
which is one of our catchphrases. Let's not have catchphrases.
We're gonna have a catchphrase. Our news isn't news.
But that's great. So thank you so much, Ben, for that. That's awesome. If you want to send anything like that, or a theme song, because we desperately need a theme song if we can get it, feel free to send it. For the record, if you're gonna send something, probably don't send it via YouTube messages, because I don't really check those that often. But if you want to send something, send it via Twitter or Instagram, something like that.
Or
that
send it
usually
directly to my YouTube channel.
I'm gonna say send it directly via like the actual mail.
Or send
Mail
it
us
to
an MP3 player. But yeah. So thank you so much. That's awesome.
Now, for
Also-
what you wrote, our box office predictions
Yeah,
for our
I thought it could be fun
podcast.
for this. Yes, you can shut up. I thought it could be fun for this kind of return recap episode of the summer, because in the second episode we talked box office predictions for the summer, what we thought would make the list. I'll be perfectly honest, I didn't listen to the whole thing, so I don't have your list.
I don't have my list. Don't you have it saved?
No, you didn't write it on the computer. You wrote it on a piece of tissue that we stole in science class or something. I don't know. So I have my list, and let's.
I can't believe you didn't write down my list.
Okay.
Well, I remember my list.
Okay. Here's the thing. By the way, I have this whole document because I don't know why, but I have like my box office predictions, my list versus the real list. In 2015, I got 6 out of 10 correct movies and 0 out of 10 in the correct place.
Wow.
2016, I got 5 out of 10 correct movies, 1 out of 10 in the correct place.
Oh.
Step up and or step down, the way you look at it. And 2017 summer movies, 10 out of 10 correct movies. I've written that wrong. Correct movies, 3 out of 10 in the correct place. So that's pretty amazing, isn't it? This is okay. Well, also this might be wrong because I did this like 2 weeks ago. So
you think you've cheated the system? Maybe you actually got 0 correct.
Yeah, maybe 10 movies came out of nowhere in the first week of August. But yeah. So as it stands, I did pretty well. But yeah. So and whatever Freddie did, I don't know. If you're curious, you can check that out.
Go back all the way back.
I'm not gonna listen back to it. It's weird listening to it. I already have to listen to this whole thing to edit it, which is already weird enough.
Which is too pleasuring.
Yeah. So there's no point in listening to it again. Anyway, 30-second and or a minute and a half, because this might be a little longer, reviews of all the stuff we watched this summer. First of all,
how do you want to die after the first one I see here?
Look, okay, because for the summer I went to America, and in America, the Netflix is infinitely better than here in Denmark.
I know.
There is so much more stuff on it. Mm-hmm. It's amazing. So I started on the recommendation of my cousin. I started watching The Office, and the first season I was kind of like, yeah, okay, this is fun. I like this, but it's kind of become like my new obsession. I don't want to say obsession.
Your new baby driver.
It's like it's my new. I don't know. It's my favorite thing. I love it so much. It's not. I don't know if you have this, but it's like, it's both like a very funny show. It's a lot of fun to watch, but also, it's
just something you can watch. Like
it's like I could watch the episodes again. Like I feel like, It feels okay. This is a weird analogy, but it kind of feels like I know the people on the show, you know?
Oh wow, that is weird.
Well, like you spend like so many hours with like these characters, and some of them are so likable and they're distinct and whatever.
So you could name like anything about them.
Yeah.
What is their favorite food?
Okay, pretzels, Stanley.
Yeah, Steve Carell. Yeah,
he likes eating at Chili's. All right, I'm a good fan. But yeah, it's just. I don't know. I wrote down here in my notes, comfortable show, which is a weird way of describing it, but it's just like...
It gives me all warm and fuzzy feelings.
It's like, it's nice, and I like the character. I love the character so much, even though I kind of, halfway through watching it, I kind of realized most of these characters are like really bad people. Like they're incredibly unlikable. Like...
Yeah, you love them.
Well, like Jim and Pam are like...
Who's Jim and Pam?
Jim is John Krasinski.
And Pam is...
Pam is his girlfriend. Spoilers. Sorry.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Okay, spoilers for The Office, real quick. I'm sorry.
It's a bit too late, isn't it?
Okay. Well, that's early on. It's fine. Jim and Pam, they're great. Jim is, like, maybe the most likable character I've ever seen in any show, movie, whatever. Like, he's
likable in 13 Hours.
I haven't...
We'll get to that.
Okay. But, like, he's just... I don't know. I want to be Jim, you know?
Okay. This is too much for me.
In my everyday life, I try to think what would
make me Jim?
What would Jim Halpert do? You know, and that gets me through. That makes me a better person. Have you noticed I'm a better person since we came back?
You've been saying you're a changed man.
and I think I am. Look, but my point was with the unlikable thing. Like Michael Scott, or Steve Carell's character, he's very funny. But like if you think about it, if he was a real person, he's kind of like vaguely sexist. He's kind of almost a little racist. Like, I mean, it works in the show and it's very funny. And at times he's really, really likable. But sometimes it's like, and also what I find funny is that they kind of continually introduce characters who are more and more unlikable to make the already kind of not likable characters likable. So like to make Dwight more likable, they put Andy in there.
Who's Dwight?
Dwight is the guy with the glasses.
Oh wow, thanks.
I showed you a picture of him. He's great. And then eventually Andy's Ed Helms. God damn it, man. Well, Andy, this guy, they introduced, and at first he's like a really bad he punches a wall. He goes to anger
what a
management.
Terrible person.
But then
that man punched a wall.
But then they eventually made him much more likable, which is, I think it's interesting. I love that guy. But yeah, The Office, basically, great show. And I shouldn't say they're all unlikable. Like they're just a few that I thought like sometimes
they're just horrible people.
Sometimes like a few of them, if I worked in this office, I'd be like, stop talking to me.
What about Steve Carell?
Michael Scott. That's one I just talked about.
His name's Michael Scott.
Yeah.
Thing? I don't know, man.
I'm pretty sure I said Michael Scott, aka Steve Carell. But yeah.
Give us a rating.
10 out of 10.
Oh.
Maybe that's a little too much. I mean, it's not perfect.
2 out of 10.
But I don't know. I love it so much. It's so much fun to watch, you know? Okay.
Now for something
that
I watched.
We've thrown kind of spliced in what Freddie watched as well, if you care.
You sound so disappointed.
So you watched
I watched Sicario. God, what a good movie.
Which I hear is good. I want to watch it. It's on Netflix actually.
I know. That's how I watched it.
Oh.
Thank you, Netflix. And
sponsored.
Just everything about begins with an Emily Blunt.
Don't spoil it. I want to watch it.
Oh no. Well, this is not really. I think this is in the trailer for the thing.
Emily Blunt dies right off the bat. Opening scene.
Yeah, but it begins with them
breastfeeding.
Them busting a drug house. Yeah, that's pretty cool. You see a bunch of dead bodies.
That's pretty cool.
That's really cool. That's I loved. That's why I love the movie. And she sees these dead bodies, and she wants to go out and end whatever is doing this. And then that's how she kind of gets involved with Benicio.
You say Bin Laden.
That's how she gets.
I was like, that is a different movie than I thought this was. Yeah, Benicio del Toro. Yeah, he's great. I love. He's
amazing. He's such a badass in that movie.
You know, he's in the new Star Wars.
Is he?
Yeah.
Hype. The new one then.
What did you just do?
I had a brain aneurysm.
Yeah, that sounded like
the new one that just came out or is coming out.
No, it's coming out.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well, the end scene, the end of his scenes is just, oh my god. Yeah, I won't spoil it, but watch it. It's amazing.
All right. Well, next up is Parks and Rec, which I watched on the recommendation of a friend of ours, and it's basically in my opinion, I only watched 3 episodes. All right, and I basically
do not hate him for this.
It's good. It's a lot of fun, but
he liked it. He promises.
I don't know. Because I was watching it at the same time as The Office, and I just thought, it's a very similar show to it's pretty much very similar kind of humor and style. It's pretty much the exact same style.
In an office?
Yeah, I guess it kind of. It's not the same kind of office, but
it's a bigger office.
But I don't know. I didn't like it. I didn't grab onto the characters. That sounded weird. I didn't
tug them. If that's what you were wondering.
I didn't latch onto the characters as fast as I did or as much as I did in The Office, which I think is a make or break for any kind of comedy. So it's good, and I might watch it in the future, but I just, considering I was watching The Office at the same time, I was like, I don't want to watch both of these right now, so I picked one, The Office. I'm glad I did. Maybe Parks and Rec I'll come back to later. It was pretty fun.
Fat Chris Pratt?
He's not even that fat. He's he's chubbier than he's normal human sized in that, and then in Guardians of the Galaxy he's insane Hugh Jackman-esque ripped. Anyway, ages.
Oh,
you think
God,
Hugh Jackman's more ripped? Anyway, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
These are the things that keep him up at night, ladies and gentlemen. Do you think Hugh Jackman is more ripped than Chris Pratt?
It's a valid question. Don't answer it though. Agents of
Jackman.
S.H.I.E.L.D. season 3. Season 3 I watched, which I'm incredibly surprised I actually ended up liking a lot. I think I might do a review on it. I don't know.
This show has been so shit the entire time, and
But-
now I like it.
I mean, like, yeah, I always thought it. Oh, sorry, season 4. Did I say season 3?
You said season 3.
The pod's canceled.
The pod's off.
Season 4, I meant. But it's when it first started off, like the first 3 episodes, I hated. Like, I was just like, this is boring and garbage, and I hate that I have to watch this because I'm making a video about the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Boo-hoo.
Yeah, I know.
I have to watch the
My
movie.
problems suck, but yeah, but then it actually got really good. Like, they go into this alternate.
is the guy who turns into a vampire, then dies, then turns into some weird...
Jake Chisel.
Jake Chisel, is it?
Yeah. Yeah, Brett Dalton.
Brett Dalton.
But they go into like an alternate reality where like Hydra took over the world, and that whole thing is like really interesting. And also Ghost Rider's in it, and he's awesome.
Is Nicolas Cage in it?
I'm afraid not. But
Well,
Ghost
then there's-
Rider's great. And at the end, spoilers for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. season 4.
I'm not gonna watch it.
But then well, for people who are listening,
They're not gonna
surprisingly,
watch it either.
you aren't the only person who listens to this. But at the end, it's implied that Ghost Rider has some kind of like Doctor Strange-esque connection, maybe, kind of. Well,
What
you
do
know
you
how
mean?
Doctor Strange does the... This is great for an audio medium of me waving my hands. He does the like ring finger thing where then it creates a portal.
Ghost Rider does the same, just with his feet. Whoa!
No, he does it with his whip.
It's-
And yeah, so to travel to like the
You
hell
mean his
dimension.
chain. Thank you very much.
Oh my god, whatever. What am I, a nerd? Yeah, so overall, started off, I really didn't like it, ended up actually quite liking it. Pretty good.
Give us a rating. A BHL Hudson rating.
No, I might do a review.
Give us a rating.
Fine. Stranger Things, I also... See, if I do a review, I don't want people... Because some people actually come to the review just for the rating. That blows my mind. Anyway, that's a topic for another day.
That's what I do with Watch Mojo most of the time, like what order they're in. You're welcome, Watch Mojo.
I think that's why most people go to a top 10 list, to see what order
No,
they're in.
like I just go straight to the description.
They write it in the description?
They write from 10 to 4th place, and then they go 3, 2, 1 question mark the suspense voice.
Really?
Yeah. See,
That's
I'm
so
into this.
dumb.
You heard
Sorry.
it here
Sorry.
first.
No, I take it back. Over the summer, I also watched Stranger Things season 1.
How was that?
I really liked it. It's this podcast is like 50% us shouting out the Weekly Planet, 50% you just insulting my voice, and I'm starting to not like it, quite frankly.
I'm sorry to like it even more, and so is everyone else.
But yeah, Stranger Things, it's great. I mean, it was such like a huge. Do you remember like last summer when it came out? It was such a phenomenon.
I watched. Yeah, everyone was like, "It's the new Breaking Bad." I was like,
Yeah, look, I wouldn't say it's the new. I don't think it's like insanely amazing. I think it's really, really fun, and I really, really liked it. But I don't think it's like. It's not like one of my favorite things ever. But
is season 2 out yet?
it's coming out Halloween.
Ah, I see what they did there.
Yeah, it's not hard to see. But yeah, it's really good. And something that really surprised me is child acting usually in movies is not great. Like, I can think of a few examples where it is good. Yeah, like Logan.
We've hit a crossroad.
Iron Man 3, the kid in Iron Man 3 is pretty good.
Mhm.
E.T. But this actually, surprisingly, they're great. Especially the girl who plays 11. All around, the kids are fantastic. And also, like, all the performances. Fuck.
Hairball.
Winona... What's her name? Oh my god.
Joyce?
I was right. Winona... Is it... God. Is it pronounced Winona...
I think it's Winona if it's with a W.
But
Is it Finona? I think it's Finona.
But I've never heard anyone say Winona Ryder. I hear like Winona... Whatever. Okay, the mom, right? The lost kid's mom. She's great. The question is, am I going to edit out that whole rant about how to pronounce Winona Ryder's name?
Please keep it.
Alright, I'll see what I can do. But she's great. And also the sheriff in it, he's awesome. He's the best. And he's going to be Hellboy. Oh.
Oh
Right?
my lord.
But yeah.
I felt so like the one time I actually felt sad in the 2 episodes I watched was when they shot the kind of cook chef guy.
Oh yeah, Benny.
You know his name.
I watched it recently, alright?
Benny.
But yeah, the visual effects and storytelling are great. It's really fun. It's really like well made. Netflix makes really well made stuff. I've realized. I mean, I've only watched some of it, but I really want to watch Narcos actually.
Yeah, me too.
And also Better Call Saul season 3 is out, which I want to watch, but I have to catch up on season 2. Which
so
look, it's a good show, but like it's kind of
boring.
I don't know. Sometimes
just admit it.
No, I'm not saying it's boring. It's good, but sometimes it's like I couldn't binge watch it. You know, like I watched one episode, I was like, that was really good. I'm not in for another hour of that. You know, so I'll get to it eventually because Gus Fring is in season 3.
Oh,
which is pretty good. Now we have
another one
Freddy,
of my
Freddy
shows.
pick. You watched Lost over the
Lost.
summer?
I think it's kind of an old show. I think.
Yeah.
It's from
2000
2004 maybe.
Yeah, I think it ended in 2008. I don't know.
There's 6 seasons. That's all I know. Like, I'm on the 2nd season now, and it's just amazing, honestly. Like,
I only know about Lost from like, it's one of those things where I feel like I know quite a bit about it because I know so much from like pop culture, because everyone always makes references and.
Well, yeah.
There's a smoke monster. There's
Yeah.
spoilers. Sorry.
No, no.
There, and apparently the ending is like the weirdest thing ever.
Well, yeah. People say that it gets a bit too much, but I don't care. I'm gonna watch it.
I am a genius.
I am a genius. But like, yeah, just the whole like plane crash and how they survive and how it's all. This is in the first episode, so I'm not spoiling anything.
Okay.
And how the island's mysterious and it's really cool.
Right,
Recommended.
You heard it here first, guys. The island's mysterious. 10 out of 10.
No, hey, the island is really.
It is really mysterious.
It is. I swear to God, guys, the island is mysterious. But yeah, and a 9 out of 10, I'd give it.
Whew.
Professional FTK gaming rating.
I binge watched The Flash season 3, which was awesome. But like the first 2 seasons of The Flash, like people like you, I get why you wouldn't like it.
People like me.
Yeah.
Imbeciles
Assholes.
like you.
But like I get like especially the first part of the first season I'm not a big fan of, but like the rest of it I watched and I was like, yeah, this is good and this is fun, but like I wouldn't say I love this, but season 3 I think it's maybe because I've seen so much with these characters now that it's so I don't know, it felt different from the other seasons where it just felt so much more I don't know the word, man. I'm
so
tired.
much more sexy.
Slightly, yeah.
Yeah,
but
that's what I thought.
It's just I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of people didn't like it actually. I found out when I reviewed it, but the villain isn't the best.
Who's the villain?
Okay, spoilers for The Flash season 3. If you haven't seen it, you can skip ahead. Times down below. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So the villain he's called Savitar, and he's
Savitar. Is he a sad avatar?
No. Oh my God. You're the worst. So basically, it turns out Savitar, he's like a speed god from the future. Turns out
that sounds intense.
He's Barry from the future. Barry's the Flash, by the way.
So Barry turns into a speed god.
Yeah, well, he creates another version of himself. It's complicated.
Well, yeah.
So basically, the point is, the villain I thought was okay. I didn't think it was like mind blowing, but the rest of it, like, I just had a lot of fun watching it. I looked forward to watching episodes instead of like say with the first few episodes of season 4 of Agents of or like previous episodes of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. where I feel like now I have to watch this. By the way, oh my God, Inhumans is coming out. With the TV show.
Oh, I thought you meant the game.
No, the musical Broadway play. First of all, the first review came out, said it is mind-blowingly awful.
I got really excited for a moment.
Yeah.
Well,
no, and I'm gonna have to sit through it, which is so.
Oh no.
I know, right?
Oh my lord.
God.
Why can't you just say like, I'm not gonna do Inhumans?
No, because I'm doing the Marvel Cinematic Universe update. Are you kidding me? I want those views, man. I'm doing another timeline.
Revenue.
Yeah. So I just blanked totally. I don't know if you can tell by the dead silence.
He just stared off into the distance, ladies and gentlemen. I got a bit worried. I was like, do I call an ambulance? Do I not? His pupils widened, then closed down again.
Anyway, Flash season 3. I already made a review. What am I doing? Yeah, it's great.
Anyways,
Storks.
Oh, why is this here?
Okay,
hear me out.
I wanted to watch it when it came out, and then it came out, and I never did because I was like, I don't have time. And then I was on the plane to America.
It's about Storks.
I was on the plane, and I saw it was there, and I was like, oh, this will be great. And I watched it, and it's a lot of fun. It's surprisingly
You sound like you're saying this with a gun to your head, and it's a lot of fun.
No, it's really funny. Like it's,
but for real, guys.
It has like, have you seen the Lego Movie?
I've seen, yeah.
It has kind of like that kind of vibe to it, like in terms of humor. Like it's really, it also got Andy Samberg as the main character, who I love Andy Samberg, so you know Andy Samberg. Well, okay.
Wait, Andy Samberg. Yeah, I do.
It's like a coin toss with how much you know in terms of pop culture. So don't give me that look, but I ask you if you know someone. Anyway.
He's the guy from
Lonely Island.
Yeah.
Anyway.
He's in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Okay. But it's just, that's going to be really loud. He snapped right into the mic. But it's a very fun movie. I don't think like go out of your way to find it, but it's like
if it's presented to you on a silver platter, maybe watch it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's very funny, but I don't think I'd ever watch it again. I'd recommend it. I had a lot of fun with it. Then
now
you have a mystery movie which you haven't written in my notes, which frankly I don't know how to feel about.
Maybe I have. I just don't remember. I watched Mr. Right.
I've never heard of it.
It's with the guy who plays Hammer in Iron Man 2.
I love that guy, Sam Rockwell.
Yeah, Sam Rockwell and
Sam
Anna
Rockwell's
Kendrick.
the best.
He's so
maybe
awesome.
I have heard of this actually.
Anna Kendrick is also in it. She's really bad.
Really? I love Anna Kendrick.
Most things, but she's not very good, I don't think. Maybe it's her whole, I don't know. She's not very good, but it's pretty funny. I like it. It's him being like a super mystery spy man. The whole premise, I don't think this is a spoiler. I think they say this in the trailer. If so, spoiler alert. Maybe if it's a spoiler, but like he's basically a hitman, or he was a hitman. Then he wanted out.
Are you sure this isn't The Accountant?
No. Did you just spoil The Accountant for me?
Well, no, I mean Anna Kendrick's in it.
Oh no. No, she's not.
Yeah, is your phone ringing, or is that just me?
That's just you, bro.
Okay. We'll leave that in.
But then like he suddenly has a change of heart, I guess. So then the people who call him and be like, I need someone like killed, right? Then he goes to whoever called him and shoots them. He's like, murder's bad. Then he puts on
That's such a
Sam Rockwell.
That's such a weird premise.
And then he puts on a clown nose when he does it.
Really?
Yeah, he's like, she goes, so in the first kill, right? She goes, what are you doing here? I'm the hitman. Well, why aren't you off killing? Murder's bad. It's amazing.
I will look that scene up on YouTube. I don't know if I'll watch the movie, but that sounds kind of incredible.
And also, there's some black guy in it who's, don't remember his name, but he's like on the bad guy's side.
I feel like this is on the verge of racism.
It's not racism. He's like on the... Sounds very racist now.
Yeah, he's on the bad side. What's wrong with you?
So he shoots Mr. Right. Well, I don't remember his name. He shoots Sam Rockwell in the hand with a shotgun.
Okay, I was gonna say, did we say spoilers?
We did, yeah.
Okay.
And then, so he's going for the face, right? But Sam Rockwell's super fast. So he goes like, okay, you can't see this either.
Yeah, we're on a podcast. You can't do some Herculean motion and expect everyone to get it.
Well, he like blocks it with his hand. He blocks a shotgun shot with his hand, which is pretty cool.
I'm
like
never
he bleeds.
watching this.
He bleeds and everything, but it's pretty cool. Then like he beats up Steve, as he's called in the movie, a few times, and then in the end he's like, "You want to just be friends?" He's like, "Yeah, have a smoke." And then Steve comes in and saves his life. It's pretty good.
Okay, you've somehow changed my opinion to watching it to then not watching it again in the span of like 30 seconds. No, we're done.
Okay,
we're moving on.
Okay.
Chef.
Chef, the South Park character.
No, I watched Chef.
What is Chef?
Yeah, you don't know? You haven't seen Chef?
Maybe?
It's the one where John Favreau.
A discount ratatouille?
Kind of. No, it's a lot of fun. It's the most like non-consequential movie I've seen in a while. Like, there's no
bad things happening in it.
Pretty much no. Like,
that's like Grown Ups 2.
It's a lot better than Grown Ups 2.
It
like
can't be.
It's a fun. How can you improve on perfection? It's a fun. Like, it's a very fun, lighthearted movie where John Favreau, he's a chef, right? And then he gets a... Yeah.
John Favreau's...
Do you have a problem with that?
It just seems so absurd to me.
Anyway.
I'm sorry.
Okay. So John Favreau is a chef. John Favreau is this chef, and he works in this restaurant, and then this critic gives him a bad review, and then he has like a freak out on the critic. I mean, he just yells at him. He doesn't like physically beat him. Okay, in my notes I have written "makes me hungry," which it will. It will make you hungry. I'm just saying. I'm looking at John Favreau cooking. 2 hours. I don't know what's wrong with this episode. You know John Leguizamo, the actor.
Oh, I thought you meant the bread. No, I know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's in John Wick. He's the guy who deals the cars and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, he's cool.
Yeah, he's in it, and he's like John Favreau's like assistant. And basically, they go like on a road trip cooking food around the country. Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing, man? Why does John Favreau cooking make you crack up so much? I don't get it.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Anyway,
I'm crying.
it's a very nice movie, but like nothing bad happens in it really. The biggest stakes in the movie are like if they will make it to location A from location B on time. You know
Well, I
that's
thought it
about
was a cooking show.
What? I just told you they went on a road trip.
Oh, I was listening.
Of course you weren't. Of course you weren't listening. I hate you so much right now.
Okay.
Anyway,
Okay.
my last thing I want to say about this before we get away from this movie is it's also like entirely an ad for Twitter.
What do you mean?
Like they're
It's just one long.
well,
Twitter's always on the car.
well, yeah, they're that'd be great. Like John Favreau's always like, "What are you doing, little kid?" And his son is like, "I'm tweeting, Dad." And John Favreau's like, "Let me tweet." And then he tweets, and then I mean, it's funny because the first Twitter-related line in the movie is quote "Fuck Twitter," which is an interesting ad, but. The rest of it is like, yeah, they're always tweeting about where they go, and they're like, Twitter's awesome, and then that's it. But look, it's a fun movie. It's a very, if you like seeing John Favreau cook,
Twitter's awesome.
which, if you should check it out. It's fun.
Okay,
it's very nice.
I will.
Then
And
also
now,
over the summer,
see, hey, shoo, you ready for this, people? I know you've all hated me. I know you've all loathed me. But here it comes. I have watched 4 Star Wars movies. So I watched episode 1, 2, 3. I personally like 3 the most.
yeah,
Cause yeah,
it's
I didn't follow the plot line at all. Like I didn't get it. I was like, oh, it's a trap or something like. That's not even.
That's in the 6th movie.
No, it's like, do it, unlimited power, right? Stuff like that.
Pretty good impression.
I know. And yeah, there's a lot of action in the 3rd one. I like General Grievous with his.
I think it's Grievous, but yes.
Oh yeah, I always make this one. Why is it not Grievous?
I don't know. I didn't make it.
Come on, dude. Shape up.
Sorry. As one of the producers on that film, I apologize.
Well, and then Rogue One, I also liked.
Oh, you watched Rogue One?
Yeah. I watched it in chronological order. Or
Oh.
yeah, I know. It's
Very
pretty
good.
fancy, right?
So I thought you watched episode 4.
No. I watched.
What do you think of
3
Rogue One?
Rogue One, I like. I don't know if I like Rogue One or the 3rd one more. Don't hate me.
I like Rogue One a lot more, but
Yeah, but like, the main character, she's just kind of like.
oh yeah, the characters aren't great, but like
No.
I
like K2.
Yeah, he's cool, but the third act is awesome. When like
Yeah.
the whole battle's going on,
Yeah.
that's great.
That's
Did
cool.
you like Mads Mikkelsen?
Oh,
Denmark.
I
Show?
loved Mads Mikkelsen.
There's this new Danish ad.
It's amazing.
We can cut this out if we have to, but there's this Danish ad of I don't know if you see it in America because clearly it's intended for like not Danish audiences because he's speaking English, and also it's like all Danish stereotypes. It's very strange.
It's like him biking through a bunch of buildings and then
like through a bunch of Danish
just talking about,
stereotypes.
people think we're the most happy people in the world.
And they're right.
And they may be
Yeah,
right.
look it up. Look up Mads Mikkelsen on a bike.
For Carlsberg.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's for
Yeah.
I even forgot what it was for.
Yeah, he ends it with, but we make probably the best beer in the world.
Yeah.
God, I have such a smooth voice, honestly.
My voice is kind of cracked this episode because like it's been a long day. Okay, moving on. I watched Fruitvale Station over the summer. Do you know what this is?
No.
It's about what's his name? Oscar something? No.
That's not a guy, is it?
No, Oscar, the black guy who got shot by the cops. Yeah, maybe don't make jokes about this one.
I wasn't.
Wait, let me look it up. Oscar Grant,
Oscar Grant,
who got shot by cops in like.
Did it like
few years
happen
ago.
at Fruitvale Station? Is that why? It's
Yeah,
called
yeah,
it? Okay.
and it's a great movie. It's the director of Creed, and so I've been saying for a while that like Ryan Coogler, who directed Creed, was one of my like top 5 favorite movies of all
It's got a bit of
time.
a weird name. Googler.
Oh, I thought you meant Creed. Yeah, and I've been saying for a while he's one of my favorite directors, and I was like, well, if I said that, I should have seen his other movie, and so.
He's
Like,
only
I
made 2 movies?
I think so, yeah. Because I was like, I know I'll like it, but I should just watch it to say I've seen it. And yeah, it's great. It's really good. And like most of the movie, it's a very good, well-made movie with great acting and like the character's great. The last 20 minutes where like, I mean, spoilers, it's based on a real event, where like the actual shooting goes down.
Yeah.
It's like, it's really emotional. Like serious,
Did you tear up?
yeah. I was not ready to cry. but I did.
Okay.
It's a great movie, and it's really, yeah. It's a terrible true story, and it's like incredibly heartbreaking. It's gonna be hard to transition into Sky High from that.
What's Sky High?
It's okay. So yeah, Fruitvale Station, great movie, very good, incredibly.
Give us a BHL Hudson rating.
Like a 9 point something out of 10.
Ooh, that's a good rating.
Yeah, it's really really good. I rewatched Sky High, which is
what is Sky High?
It's like one of my favorite movies from my childhood. It's about okay, so I'm pretty sure you must have heard of this. So there's like it's like a cliche kind of superhero world. It's a kids movie where Kurt Russell is like the superhero dad, right? It's not about him. It's about their kid called something or other. He looks like the Diary of a Wimpy Kid. He looks like that kid.
Okay.
Wait, it's like from the early 2000s.
From the previous movies or
from the old movies, the
Okay.
good ones,
the good ones,
the best movies.
the best movies.
But
Yeah.
and so basically like these like super famous superhero couple and then their son who doesn't have any powers. And so superhero kids, they go off to Sky High, which is like an academy for superheroes.
Mhm.
And then they get divided up into like hero training and then sidekick training.
Wow, that must be depressing.
Yeah, it is. And so like the whole
You
thing
went to
is,
Sky High, and I got sidekicked.
oh yeah, that's the whole point of the movie. And so then because he's like the son of the most famous superheroes in the world, but he doesn't have any powers that he knows of, wink. So then it goes pretty much as much as you'd expect.
Okay.
So he gets put into sidekick training, and then he learns maybe it's okay to be a sidekick, and it's a very like you can tell where it's going. It's a
But
kid's
then
movie.
suddenly it's Jesus.
Yes, but look, I loved that movie as a kid. I watched it now. It's still good. It's not as good as I remember. Like that was one of my favorite movies, and now, yeah, it's good. But like I watched it, and I was like, some of this humor was better for me when I was a kid. There's a guy, the bad guy or the like bad boy in the school who like at first he doesn't like, but then realizes he has a heart of gold. His name is Warren Peace. Warren Peace. I did not know that when I watched that as a kid. So that was kind of mind blowing to me. Anyway, yeah, it's fun.
That's just smack to the face. War and peace.
It's fun. It's
fun. It's tacky. Go watch it, peeps.
It's good, but it's not as good as I remember it from my childhood.
Now,
much like The Office, this is like another one of my my obsessions as of late. I started watching Archer, the adult animated show on FX. Sorry, watching Netflix. It's great.
it seems kind of fun. I've only watched
really,
one episode.
really funny. It's
How far are you?
Season 5.
Oh god.
Now it's Archer Vice, where they're dealing cocaine and stuff. It's so good. It's so like ridiculous and insane and very funny. And
I can see
very adult oriented.
I can see in your notes that you became a 10-year-old white boy.
What?
Inappropriate as hell.
Look,
look, it was inappropriate as hell.
we shouldn't expose my notes here because they're kind of. I write these in the spur of the moment, but okay. First of all, I started watching it because at Comic-Con there was this Kingsman Archer crossover video that I thought was really funny, and so I was like, I've wanted to watch Archer for a while. I should give it a shot. I did, so that's great. Yeah, it's incredibly funny, and I've written down it's your kind of thing because I think you would really like it. Like,
I remember from the first episode that his mom runs the agency, and then like there's a mole, and it turns out it's like some guy called
Cyril.
I
don't know.
Is it Cyril?
I don't remember the first episode, but it's great. I really recommend you watch it. It's so much fun, and like I told you, the only thing that's like not great about it is not something the show can control. But because it was made in like 2009, the name of the agency they work for is ISIS, which can lead to some strange lines nowadays. But I mean, they.
Wait, do they still make the show?
Yeah, its 9th season is coming out soon.
Oh wow,
so that's pretty good. But yeah, so it is inappropriate as hell, as some would say.
Oh,
some like don't watch it with your parents, but it's very funny. So please check it out. I love it. For the record, we've decided that this has been going for very long, and we may need to speed this process up a little bit if we're gonna make it.
Well, okay, we won't skip any. We just say very quickly. Okay?
Yeah, we'll do like there's some of them like Catwoman that I kind of want to talk about a bit.
Yeah.
But we can skip over. We can do a little brief on some of these,
okay,
like
so,
Trolls. But first of all, you watched Lawless.
Lawless, decent movie. It's got
him.
God.
I love him.
Tom Hardy.
Duke Psy.
Tom Hardy.
Okay.
And the guy who wore a plastic bag. over his head said, "I'm not famous anymore."
It wasn't a plastic bag. He didn't kill himself. It was Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf, that's the guy, all right? And they're like not gangsters,
They're lawless?
but they're lawless who like make a lot of it's in Al Capone's, not Al Capone's. Yes, Al Capone's time, right? And they make alcohol and stuff like that.
Al Capone Hall?
Yes.
Very good. Go on.
And yeah, decent movie.
All right.
Okay.
Trolls. Decent movie. Moving on.
Come and find me. Not
Wait,
come
no,
and
I didn't actually mean moving on. I have a little bit to say.
Okay.
Just give me a second. Trolls is fine. The story is predictable as hell.
Trolls is fine.
The animation is great. Like I really love the textures and background. How everything looks is great. The only thing I remember from it though, like it's very forgettable. Except it has the funniest. I think maybe the most unintentional funny line in the movie ever. Because at first I thought it was supposed to be funny, but I realized it's totally unironic. So the main character Branch, right? He's like, all the trolls are happy. Yeah, but then he's like, he's a sad troll, and everyone's like, why is he so sad? And they're like, oh, we don't know. Then like the big reveal goes, and then the princess troll who's always happy, she's like trying to like egg him on. She's like, why are you all sad? And he's like, I don't want to talk about it. He's like, why are you all sad? I'm like, don't want to talk about it. He's like, why are you all sad? And then he turns around and he yells at her, like, it's so okay. A little background here. The trolls are always singing, right?
Okay, it's like the Smurfs.
Yeah, they're always singing. And then she's like, why are you all sad? Why don't you sing with us? And then he turns around and screams, because singing killed my grandma. And I laughed my ass off. It's such a great line.
Singing killed my grandma.
It's totally unironic. And I'm not going to spoil how singing kills his grandma. I'll let you find out for yourself.
Is that why he's always mad?
Yeah, yes. That's why he lost his color or whatever. It's great. Wow. Anyway,
okay,
come and find me. Come and find a way.
Well, this is a very mediocre movie with a terrible ending.
Okay,
moving on. It's got
Paul's good in it.
It's got Aaron Paul. He's decent in it. Otherwise, it's very bad.
All right. Speaking of bad, Catwoman.
What do you mean? Speaking of bad,
Catwoman. I don't want to say this. I'm not going to stick to this.
What is this? No, worst film you've ever seen.
Potentially the worst movie I've ever seen. It does nothing right. Everything is. I'm gonna do like a top 10 worst superhero movies video at some point, so I'll save my thoughts for then mainly. But everything a movie could do right, it does wrong. You know, like
it's got
performances.
It's got a very attractive lead.
No, okay.
Yeah. So is that bad? Yeah.
You've got me in a box here.
Exactly.
It's like editing, camera work, humor, acting, any writing.
There's a sex scene.
What?
Yeah. So you don't see anything.
I don't remember it.
Yeah, and then he finds out she's Catwoman. Like he goes over and sees like her claws.
No memory of this. Anyway, it's the worst. The only good thing about it is, have you seen Halle Berry went and actually came and accepted her Razzie? That's awesome.
Did she?
Yeah.
She's such a good sport.
Yeah, that's great. I love that. But besides that, worst, absolute atrocity. Rocky. I watched the original Rocky because, like I said, Creed's one of my favorite movies.
Rocky.
It's pretty good. Look.
Well, you've only seen the first one, right?
Yeah. I was expecting to love it because, like, Creed is one of my favorite films, and I maybe I hyped it up too much in my mind. It's not as good as I wanted it to be. You know, I'm sorry. I know everyone loves it. It won Best Picture the year it came out, and for a movie from the 70s, I mean, for any movie, it's really good. But I don't know. It didn't click with me as much as Creed did. Like, it didn't. Some of it I loved, and then some of it I was like, yeah, okay, this is good. And the thing is, I didn't really love the characters in it, which I know this might sound sacrilegious to a lot of people, but like,
but Rocky's a douchebag.
No, like, Rocky's fine, but like, I didn't really feel like he had a lot of chemistry with Adrian. I'll be perfectly honest. I didn't like. Yeah, Mickey. I ended up kind of liking Mickey, but
Mickey's the trainer, right?
Yeah, but like, what's his Paulie, his friend? I hope Paulie does something in like the next movies because in Creed, spoilers for the Rocky series, in Creed, he's like, I think he goes to Paulie's gravestone. Yeah,
does he?
He goes to. It's either Mickey or Paulie's. No, I think he goes to Paulie and Adrian's gravestone.
What about Apollo's gravestone?
No, he doesn't.
Okay.
But
nah.
And he's like, I brought this for you, old friend, and whatever. And I think if it's not, he mentions Paulie definitely in that movie. Okay. And like he talks about him like he's a good friend. And I always thought like, because I've seen Creed a lot of times, and I always thought, oh man, Paulie must be such a great. Paulie's a dick, man. Like, I didn't like Polly at all.
Polly is inappropriate as hell.
I don't know. So yeah, Creed, a good movie, maybe a great movie, but personally, it didn't stack up to Creed for me. I didn't love it as much as I thought.
Creed was built on this.
Yeah, I know, but it was better.
Okay, now something we can both talk about. Game of Thrones. Honestly.
Yeah, okay. Game of Thrones.
You say your bit first.
Okay, here's the thing with Game of Thrones. I started watching it a while ago, and then I stopped for some reason. I don't remember why. And then I was like, yeah, I'll get back to it. I didn't for a while. And now I'm like, hey, new season's coming out. Everyone's talking about it. I should get back into it. So I am on season 2, episode 8. Problem is, I kind of already know everything that happens from like in the internet and friends at school, but it's great. I love it, and I just hear it gets better and better from there on. So, and you're in season, you're all up to date.
I'm all caught up. It's the newest episode's also amazing, but the episode before that's gonna be remembered as one of the best episodes of all time.
All right.
It's The Spoils of War. Oh my god, it's so good, honestly. And well, okay, I won't say anything because it'll spoil you, but it's amazing. You should look forward to when you catch up.
Yeah, if I ever do catch up fully, which may take a while because I'm kind of slow with TV, I think I'll do a review. But yeah, this one we don't have to talk about for a long time.
No, I watched Princess and the Frog instead of Lego Batman. Pretty good. I like it. We can move on.
I like Princess and the Frog. I think Lego Batman. They're pretty equal. They're both great. I watched Emperor's New Groove not for the first time. That's one of my favorite kids movies I watched as a kid. It's still great. One of the funniest kids movies ever. Have you seen it?
Yes, I have. I also watched the series.
Yeah, dude, series. You know how much I talk about Justice League, right? And Justice League Unlimited. Same with Emperor's New Groove. I just don't talk about it as much because they don't get a chance.
It was good, but it wasn't.
Yeah, but
it wasn't that great for me.
Yeah, I really watched some episodes, but dude, I have so much nostalgia for that. I watched it so much as a kid. Rick and Morty season 3 started.
Yes,
it's amazing.
I haven't watched the Rick Shank Redemption yet.
What? No, that's the first episode.
Oh, well then I haven't watched the Vindicators.
Yeah, yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah, there have been 4 episodes. The first one, they're all so great. But like the first one where Rick escapes from prison, I've watched it 3 times. I love it so much.
I've watched the Mad Max episode 4 times.
It's so good. And also Pickle Rick. Such an awesome. And then the newest one, Pickle Rick. The Vindicators episode, also great. Like
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I mean they've been working on this for over a year. Like I remember Comic-Con 2016, a concept video for Pickle Rick came out. So they've been doing this for a long time, and they've clearly tried to make it as amazing as possible. So far, absolutely loving it. It's best part of my Monday is watching the last night's episode.
Yeah.
You watched Gifted with Chris Evans?
Which in the beginning when we saw the trailer, we kind of joked around about. We're like, this is not going to be good.
No, that was the Gifted TV show for the X-Men.
Was it?
Yeah.
Never mind then.
We never talked about the Gifted trailer for Chris Evans.
It's amazing. It's a really good movie. Very, very. It's such a sweet movie, and I don't mean sweet and it's amazing. It's a very, very nice and heartfelt movie.
I'll check it out. I won't.
And the child actor in that, she's really, really good as well.
All right, I will put that on the list. Now, okay, I have now a collection of Christopher Nolan movies I've watched and then Quentin Tarantino movies I've watched because I caught up on both of those, not entirely, but a bit over the summer. So I watched Memento with which was one of his first movies back in 2000. Mm-hmm. It's the guy who he has short-term memory loss and he takes pictures of everything and gets tattoos on his body of certain information, and he's trying to find this guy who killed and raped his wife. And
oh god, that sounds cool. No, not the.
Yeah. Okay.
The actual movie.
And it's told in entirely the scenes are out of order. It's amazing. It's great. I really want to watch it again to kind of get a hold of it because it's very confusing at the start, but then you kind of settle into it. Fantastic. Very good. And then The Prestige, which is Christian Bale magician versus Hubert Jackson magician. Hubert.
Oh, I've watched that.
Hubert Jackman magician. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Very good. Yeah.
I've watched half of it.
Also very good. It's the only spoilers for this. The only thing is the twist at the end is that because the whole movie is kind of built on real magic, they do, you know how you put the bird cage under a cloak and then you squash it, and then they show, you actually squashed the bird and killed it, but and it's all real world stuff. At the end, it's revealed that Hubert Jackman went to Nikola Tesla, played by David Bowie, who's pretty good in it, and actually made like a cloning machine. So like there are multiple Hubert Jackmans, which is always a good thing, I know. But I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I didn't hate it, but I was just like, this is a weird twist to this movie.
Well, I haven't watched that far.
But it's great performances all around. It's really like it's super long, but it's really engaging. That's kind of like Christopher Nolan's, I guess, like fortes, and also I guess Quentin Tarantino to a certain extent. It's like really long movies that are entertaining entirely throughout. And then speaking of Tarantino, I watched Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2.
They're kind of like they're good, but they don't stand out.
Yeah. Look, I really liked them. I think I like Volume 2 more than Volume 1.
I haven't watched Volume 2.
Look, I think maybe the reason I like Volume 2 more is because I settled into the style more. Because when I started Volume 1, where she has that fight with, I think her name is Copperhead, or Coppermouth or something like that, and like
Wait, is that Lucy Liu?
No, that's at the very end.
No, that's...
When she fights Vivica A. Fox at the start in the house.
Yeah.
Like, it's a very specific style, and I was like, I wasn't really ready for that, because I didn't know a lot about Kill Bill before watching it, and so I was like, oh, this is weird, I don't know, but I kind of settled into it and I realized what it was, so I liked it more as it went. And like the fight at the end of the first Kill Bill with like the 88, the crazy 88, those like assassins, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And just Tarantino's style is it's amazing. And but more than his style, his dialogue. We'll talk about this with Inglorious, or I guess, yeah. The other two Tarantino movies I watched were Inglorious Basterds and Django Unchained. We'll talk about more.
I love those.
Yeah, but like the thing about Tarantino, and I mean everyone said this, so there's not much point in saying it, but like his dialogue, I don't know, I find it incredible how it's so, I don't know how to explain it, but like you watching a Tarantino dialogue scene, I noticed especially in Inglorious Basterds, I'll check the time and be like, this scene of these people just talking has been going for like 15 solid minutes, and I'm not bored, you know, like it's
like the bar scene.
Yeah, like the
in Inglorious Basterds.
You have to come close to the
sorry.
mic.
I was like, what are you doing?
Wait, do you mean the Michael Fassbender bar scene?
Yeah.
Yeah, that and the opening with Christoph Waltz.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I've just been watching these two people talk for these like amazing performances for like 20 minutes now, and I'm not remotely bored, and that amazes me. And that in all the movies I've seen from him, that's consistent. Especially like Pulp Fiction as well. I noticed that where I was like, this is crazy. It's just people talking about like not even that. Like, not important stuff, really. Like, in Pulp Fiction, there's the whole scene where Jules and, what's his name? John Travolta, they talk about, like, TV shows and stuff as they're walking up. Mm-hmm. And Inglorious Basterds, the whole bar scene, basically, a chunk of it is, like, the dialogue isn't necessarily relevant to the story, you know? They're talking about her being an actress and where he lived, and he's trying to convince him he's German and all that. And it's still super tense and, like, I don't know. It amazes me. That kind of stuff amazes me. And then, so yeah, Kill Bill, probably my least favorite Tarantino movie that I've watched so far, but I'd still give it like a 9 out of 10. It's still great. And Volume 2 especially amazing. Wait, how does Volume 2 end again? I just watched it.
Doesn't it start with her killing Bill? Or
no, Bill killing her.
No, in Volume 2.
No.
What? She gets killed?
Well, he shoots her in the head and then she goes into a coma.
Oh no, it's his face that's revealed.
Yeah, and then then she gets like raped while she's in a coma, and then she murders the rapist. Remember that?
Like in the hospital?
Yeah, because she wakes up and it's like Buck who likes to, and then she smashes his head in the door. That's pretty good. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so Kill Bill, great. Not my favorite Tarantino. My two favorite Tarantino movies, Inglorious Basterds and Django Unchained. Just all around, just like, it's hard to make I don't know, I haven't tried, but I assume it's hard to make like a really well-made, like thought-provoking, clever movie that's also
like
extremely
action-packed,
like badass and fun to watch. And Inglorious Basterds are exactly that. Inglorious Basterds and Django Unchained are exactly that. They are incredibly well-made and also just insanely entertaining. Like, I mean, same thing I said about the dialogue, but the performances in both of them are great. Especially, I think Django might be my favorite of all of them, because the last part in Django where he
blows up the house and kills everyone.
Yeah, where he goes in, he has that monologue to Samuel Jackson. It's I've watched that scene like 20 times.
Puts on the glasses outside.
It's so I love it so much. So and Christoph Waltz is great in both. Brad Pitt is great in Inglorious Basterds. Every performance.
He won
is
an
great.
Oscar for both, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
And I don't know, Django Unchained, one of my favorite movies of all time, and same with Inglorious Basterds. But I just, after watching Django, it's just like that's so awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's rare that I get like movies feeling like that. Okay, now let's see, how long have we been going? Okay, well with editing, that's gonna be down to like 50. I'm gonna guess like 57 minutes now. So we still have a good chunk of time. People like it when it goes longer. Actually, I don't know.
Do they?
Yeah. Let's drag this out. We're gonna talk about some of the summer movies we saw this year. Did you see any of the cinema?
I watched Baby Driver.
Okay, yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But first, by the way, I wanted to say just what I find very amusing, because I was in America, right, for the summer. Just a little personal anecdote. In America, in Denmark, we don't have this. In Denmark, they don't care. In America, they censor movies on TV, right? So they censor all the cursing.
Oh, that was on the plane.
Yeah, right? But
It
in
was
America, and on a lot of the channels, it's... So, Kingsman was on, right? And I love... Kingsman's one of my favorite movies. So I was like, oh, hell yeah, let's watch this. And it was so great, because I've seen it so many times, I basically have the lines memorized. And to see them, like, censored like that, they, like... The thing is, they don't bleep the curse words, but they
replace them.
Yeah, so there's so much cursing in Kingsman, so he's like, "You flippin' freak!" it's so hilarious.
I forgot to mention this before, but I watched Why Him, the comedy with James Franco
and Bryan Cranston.
Yeah, it's really good actually. But they say "f*** in it, like in the original one, so much, but it's just freaking.
Yeah.
It's replaced with
my God.
freaking, or instead of double dicking, it's double dipping. Right? So he's
Classic.
He's like, oh, this kid is freaky. He said double dipping. I was like, what? It just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, it ruins the whole... Yeah, but with Kingsman, it was more amusing than anything. And also, what I thought was hilarious is that the whole movie I was watching, I was like, I wonder how they're going to deal with, like, the horrible violence of the church scene. Because, like, there's no way they're going to let that slide.
Yeah.
And then he pulls the gun on the woman, pulls the trigger, and her head just explodes, and the entire church scene just plays out as it normally would have. And I was like,
do they also say, the beginning, like, monologue with the guy standing, talking, saying all those, like, racial slurs?
No, they cut that out.
They cut that out?
Yeah, they can't have that. But I found it so interesting that, like, curse words are bad, but this insanely violent action sequence, totally fine. Just go for it, I mean, I guess there's no way they could have done it otherwise, but I was like, oh, that's I was not expecting that. But now, okay, we're gonna talk some of the summer movies we saw this year. First of all, we saw The Mummy. And before we do this,
okay,
we're
starting a new thing.
We decided to start a segment of Tom Cruise news, aka Tom Knews.
The Tom Knews.
It's so dumb. We're gonna do this as often as we can. If there's
whenever
Tom
there's
Cruise
any
news,
like
some Tom Knews.
Okay, now I'm getting too used to it. If Tom Cruise does anything,
if Tom Cruise sneezes, we will report on it.
Yes,
trust us.
Exactly.
So basically, Tom Cruise broke his ankle on the set of Mission Impossible 6.
Of course he did.
So
I feel like it was definitely on his like $1 million
on his motorcycle that. I don't know.
During a stunt.
Well, that's the thing, is that he insists on doing his own stunts, so I imagine this is probably one of his own stunts that went, like,
hopefully
somewhat... Yeah, a man can dream. But, like, I mean, I'm amazed he hasn't died yet from, like... I mean, climbing the building, going on the plane, it's like, it's a matter of time before that harness just doesn't work.
Yeah, but, like, props to him for doing it.
I mean, he's a crazy Muppet man,
But
props to him. Yeah, an awesome Muppet. I'm looking forward to Mission Impossible 6, though. Anyway, The Mummy, like we're supposed to talk about...
It's a very mediocre.
Yeah.
Like, the actual Mummy, I like.
She's pretty good. Yeah. The Tom Cruise is suitably cruisy in it. He's all right.
He does quite some canoes.
Yes, but
and
I mean, the movie on the whole is just like
the woman.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't even remember her. Like she.
Exactly.
I don't remember most of the movie. It's just
It has gifted us with a wonderful inside joke with Nick from New Girl.
Well, let's not explain it. There's no point.
But he's an awesome character.
I mean, no, I didn't really like him. But
he was amazing. Trust me.
I mean, the action isn't very well done. It's not very well directed, and it has a very weird tonal inconsistency where like sometimes it goes from like actual like horror movie, and then it goes like instantly in the same scene to something that's supposed to be comedic, and I'm like, what are you doing? What am I supposed to be feeling here? And then Russell Crowe is in it, and he's
okay.
He's okay, but they're trying to set up this whole monster universe, which with Johnny Depp and Javier Bardem, which is probably not going to work.
Johnny Depp's gonna make it work.
He's invisible.
He's still gonna make it work.
So yeah, overall, Mummy 5 out of 10, not worth a watch. It's like even the stuff that like they actually did practically, like the 0G plane sequence, they did that in real life. You can't tell at all.
Yeah.
Like they could have done it with wires or green screen. I wouldn't have known. So
I don't know.
so yeah, very mediocre. Not worth watching.
Sounds like such a caveman. Very mediocre. Not good.
Also, spoilers. At the end, Tom Cruise becomes the money.
Yeah.
The money.
Tom Cruise gets all the cash.
Tom Cruise becomes the mummy, I guess.
He like absorbs her or something.
Yeah, and then at the end he's like, "Where's your sense of adventure?"
Oh my god.
Which is great. So that's dumb. But I guess he's gonna be back as the god of death or something. I don't know.
He's gonna be back as the mummy.
I kind of do want to see more from this universe just so we can make fun of it together.
Yeah.
But besides, I want to see more of Nick Morton, the classic character. But besides,
is he gonna be in the other movies?
Yeah, probably. If they can pay him enough.
Hopefully.
Then there's Baby Driver, which I already did a review, so I'll try to keep this brief. But I mean, you know that I was insanely hyped, like more hyped than any sane man should be, and it somehow it somehow
surpassed your expectations.
Yeah, I don't know how, man, but it somehow lived up to and exceeded what I was hoping it would be. You know, it was exactly what I wanted.
It's a really good movie. When I went and watched it, I was like, nice.
I just left so happy, man. It was so great.
If there's one complaint I have with it, it's like, and
John Hamm.
Don't you do this to me. John Hamm is amazing.
John Hamm's great.
But, I just don't... It's great chemistry between them and everything. But any sane person, like, she met him, she likes him, they went on a date, they like each other, but then she realizes he's a super criminal, right? And is on the run and everything, and shoots people, so he doesn't shoot people, but helps other people who kill people, right? Yeah, but she's just completely fine with it. And she's just like,
he's a good kid. Yeah, a devil behind the wheel.
Yeah, would you just completely accept that and just run off?
It's like the romance is supposed to be kind of like
this is
fantasy,
a yes or no,
like 1950s kind of.
But we're
style.
Would you accept it? Would you do it?
Yeah, but look, I mean, people have complained that the romance isn't super strong. Personally, I didn't have a problem with it at all.
No, I like the romance, but it was just a bit.
Yeah, well, I loved it. One of my favorite movies ever. Definitely favorite movie of the year. Check out my review if you want more thoughts. We're actually, by the time this comes out, we will have seen it twice.
Yeah.
We're gonna go see it with a bunch of friends, and I am very excited to show it to people. It's one of those movies where I
look what I made. Look what I found.
Where I wanna show as many people as possible. Also, it's made over $100 million, so it's done exceptionally well, way better than any Edgar Wright movies before. So that's great. Love that. I love that guy. So, Spider-Man: Homecoming. Oh god, I'm tired.
This seems very mediocre.
Spider-Man: Homecoming. I loved it, man. It's great.
Like,
I
feel
surprised.
like it's the new Ant-Man.
No, that's I thought it was gonna be like the new Ant-Man, where it's like, yeah, it's fun, but it's not great. But I loved it. It's my favorite MCU movie since Guardians of the Galaxy. Honestly, I had so much fun with it, and I was so surprised too. It's very funny. It's definitely a comedy above anything else. It's not perfect, but it's a ton of fun. I'd honestly recommend it. War for the Planet of the Apes. Okay, a lot of people have asked for what I thought about this.
You say you didn't like it?
This is gonna be a controversial opinion because everyone loves this movie. I think it's a good movie. I give it like a 7 out of 10. That's a good score. I just didn't love it.
It's worse than Black Mass.
Technically, according to my ratings, yes. Look, because I love Rise. I really enjoyed Rise of the Planet of the Apes and Dawn, and this. I don't know. I don't want to say. Well, I thought it was boring. I thought a majority of it was boring, and I don't want to say that because I know people will say, "Oh, it's too smart for you. It's a different kind of blockbuster." But I love Dawn.
Are you mocking people right now?
Yeah, yes. But
it's too smart for you.
I love Dawn for the Planet of the Apes, and that's like a very
smart movie.
I mean, yeah, it's not your typical, it's not because there's not Spider-Man's not swinging across, Baby Driver's not driving all the time. Oh, this is boring. I don't like things that aren't action. You know, like I just said, Quentin Tarantino, if you make it interesting, 20 minutes of dialogue, love it. Absolutely amazing. This, I wasn't that engaged by it, you know?
Is Andy Serkis good?
Yes, he's amazing. That's the thing. There's so many amazing things in it. The visual effects, fantastic. Direction, fantastic. There's some shots, especially towards the start, where I was like, that is absolutely gorgeous. Especially, yeah, I think the first half Well, I don't know. The first part is like pretty good. There's an opening scene which is like absolutely incredible, and then Caesar gets taken to like. Then all the apes get captured by Woody Harrelson, and they get trapped in this like camp for like this labor camp for apes, and I feel like I've been in that camp for like years, man. Like it slows down so much. And
can I just say that it's such a thing Woody would do.
Capture a bunch of apes and make them work for him, yeah. But it's I don't know. And then the end, like it goes balls to the walls action for like 20 minutes, and then I don't know. It just the comedy didn't work. It tries to be funny with this bad ape character played by Steve Zahn. I love Steve Zahn. I didn't really like it. I didn't think it was very funny. I just it didn't really work for me. There was, again, visual effects flawless, like performances absolutely amazing. The story itself, also it had some kind of dumb moments which surprised me, like because I thought it was gonna be, I don't know. It spent so long in that prison. It felt very slow and not in a good way.
It's not exactly Pulp Fiction talking about burgers.
Then I saw The Big Sick, which is a great movie. It's a comedy by Kumail Nanjiani, I think is how you pronounce it, who's a comedian who I really like. Do you know him?
No, I thought it was a girl until you just said him.
He's a Pakistani comedian. He's very funny. And, yeah, it's a very feel-good comedy drama. It's about, like, this guy he has a girl, he does stand-up comedy, and...
This guy has a girl.
And, he gets a girlfriend, and then she goes into a coma, and then it's basically him and her parents.
Why does he go why does she go into coma?
I think it's some disease or something.
Okay.
And it's a very feel-good movie. It's very funny.
She goes into a coma, and I love it.
I mean, but like, you know, him bonding with her parents and learning more about himself and stuff. It's very nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's also very funny, and yeah, the thing is, it feels very long, but I was never bored, which is a weird. Which was a weird feeling, because I was like, I feel like I've been here a very long time, but I'm not hating. Like, I'm still enjoying myself. So I definitely recommend it. Try to avoid the trailers and stuff. Just go in as fresh as you can. Very, very, very nice movie. Valerian. I have a lot of notes for this. I'm going to glance over this. I saw Valerian in the City of a Thousand Planets.
Ethan Hawke is a space pimp.
That's my favorite note I've ever written. Basically, how I would sum it up: visual effects. Again, kind of like, this is much worse than Apes, but like, they're kind of similar. The story in Apes is better, but they're kind of similar in the sense that visual effects, absolutely flawless. Story, bad. I don't think the story in Apes is bad, but the story in this, really bad. And can I say, the acting...
From Cara Delevingne and...
The acting from both of them, I'm sorry to say, garbage. Total garbage. Like, Dane DeHaan, I know he can be a good actor.
What's he been in?
He was in Amazing Spider-Man 2, which he wasn't very good in, but he was also in Chronicle. Like, it's not remotely clever storytelling. It's
like, what did she say?
So
like,
she
sees a butterfly?
They finally get together. Like, they finally find each other because they've been lost for the whole movie. The opening scene, by the way, in the market is fantastic. But they finally find each other at like the halfway point. Then they're standing on a cliff, and the entire rest of the movie hinges on Cara Delevingne looking over, seeing a butterfly and saying, "Pretty butterfly," and then touching it. And Dane DeHaan's like, "No, no, no." And then she gets sucked up, gets kidnapped by these aliens. Then Dane DeHaan has to go to Ethan Hawke, who's a space pimp. Then he has to watch Rihanna strip for 5 minutes.
Oh.
Then he has to get
what?
Rihanna on board. Then he has to save Cara Delevingne. And like, you could have cut all that out entirely.
Does
and
Rihanna
changed.
strip?
Yeah, she's a space stripper, I guess.
Nice.
Yeah, but it halts for like 5 minutes for this Rihanna, like, basically just say, "Look, we got Rihanna to pole dance." Isn't that amazing? It's like, if you can integrate it well into the story,
But they don't.
sure, it's amazing. But like, no, I was just like kind of annoyed. I was like, where is this going?
Rihanna, just stop it.
You know,
I've had enough.
I mean, you could have cut all that out, and it would have.
I mean, it would have made me happy.
Well, yeah, 'cause the movie is also way too long, and the ending is the most cliche. Like, everything you think is gonna happen, it happens. There's a bomb that's counting down. The bad guy turns out to be the good guy, and the good guy turns out to be the bad guy. You can see it coming from a mile away. Total nonsense.
Total Recall?
Yes. Let me just see. Is there anything else? Yeah, again, like, designs, details, creatures, the world, all amazing. I just wish they'd spent 5 minutes on the script, you know? God.
Dunkirk.
Okay, let's move on to Dunkirk. Yeah, I guess we'll skip the others because we don't have time.
Yeah.
We just have 2 more. Dunkirk. Great movie. Very good. It's a great note right here. It's okay. First of all, I want to say it's a lot like Hacksaw Ridge in that it feels like, unlike War for the Planet of the Apes, where we were in the ape like labor camp, and I was like, I feel like I've been here for so many hours in the worst way possible. In like Dunkirk and Hacksaw Ridge and movies like that, I feel like I've been on that battlefield for like so long. And
but it's in a good way, or what?
Yeah, it's like you're meant to feel that way. You're meant to feel like, I feel like so tense and like get me off this place because I feel like I've been here forever. And yeah, it's a really, I mean, it's it's visually beautiful. It's like every technical aspect about it is perfect. There's not, as far as like characters, this is what people complain about, is like there's no characters in it really like that get developed. And
okay, that's kind of the same as in Black Hawk Down.
Yeah, well, I understand why they did that, because it's supposed to be like an actual war scenario where it's just like people there and like you just have to survive. Mm-hmm. I really liked it. I don't know if I'd watch it again. I also want to say it is the loudest film I've ever seen in my life, and I get that
with all the bombs or also music.
Gunshots. Or it sounds like they actually shot a gun next to a microphone and just put that in. I get that that's the point. Like I get it's supposed to be from the planes, the guns, everything. I get that like it's supposed to be like you're really there. It's real world. They shot it like on real locations. That's great and all. I was like, the first half I was like, I'm not gonna hold my ears or anything because like I'm supposed to experience this how it's meant to be experienced. But at one point where a plane crashes into the water and it's one of the loudest things I feel like I've ever heard, then I was like, I gotta hold my ears for like when people are shooting guns. It's insanely loud. But
okay,
great movie, 9 point something out of 10, really good.
Nice.
And finally,
Atomic Blonde. I really want to watch this.
Yeah, can you chuck me my phone over there real quick?
Yeah.
Just so I can look at some of these. Okay, so as far as Atomic Blonde, it's directed by one of the guys behind John Wick. So the action is as good as you'd expect. Yes. Yeah. There's one action scene that goes for like 10 minutes. It's one shot. It starts on a staircase. It moves through different rooms, elevators. It goes onto the streets of Berlin, turns into a car chase. It's all in the same shot. I've said too many adjectives, so I've run out of words. Fantastic, amazing, whatever you want to say. Totally great. The like action, performances, that's all good. The movie looks great, like visually, but story wise, it's
a bit weird.
No, it's the most cliche thing you've ever. I mean, think of a classic spy movie plot, aka there's a list of all the secret agents in the world, and it gets into the hands of some bad people. It's the plot of Mission Impossible. It's the plot of Skyfall. It's the plot of this, and it's just like I've seen.
Don't you say Skyfall is cliche?
Well, yeah, but that plot is stolen from Mission. Like every cliche spy movie is like, oh, there's a list of agents out there, and there they have it, and it's like, it's 2017. How are we still doing this?
Yeah.
As far as the story, it keeps cutting back to the whole movie is Charlize Theron telling the story to Toby Jones and John Goodman in this room, right?
Oh, so she survives.
Yeah,
the whole thing.
Exactly. Which is
that's kind of
takes a lot of tension out of it.
Yeah.
And it keeps cutting back to them, and those scenes are like a lot worse than like the actual scenes that are
like
happening.
In Assassin's Creed with the future and the past.
Yeah, kind of. Action, performances. Oh, also, first okay, if Charlize Theron's British, I'm sorry, because then I look like an idiot. But I already look like an idiot. But if for most of the movie, she's using like a British accent, and the whole movie I was like, that accent does not work for me. Spoiler alert: at the end, twist, it's revealed she's American the whole time.
Oh Lord!
So I was like, well, you showed me, didn't you? As far as two other things, one, I was gonna see this with my grandpa, but then I ended up seeing it with Yassine, a friend I like more than you. I think we've established.
Yeah. We need to say this every episode.
Yeah, I'm glad I did though, because there's a lot of violence and an incredibly graphic sex scene. So I'm very happy I did not watch this.
Inappropriate as hell.
So I'm very happy I didn't watch this with my grandpa. And also it follows the Guardians of the Galaxy Suicide Squad trend of having Baby Driver, I guess, as well, having like 80s pop music in it.
Mm-hmm.
This one
isn't it set in the 80s?
Yeah, the thing is though, it's not quite on the level of like Baby Driver, Guardians of the Galaxy, where the songs like really mattered to the scene, but it's above Suicide Squad, which is like they threw like their favorite mixtape and just threw it in, even though it didn't make any sense. It makes more sense than that, but at points it became kind of distracting when like certain songs came on. I was like, you're just trying to say like, hey, we got the song, isn't that cool, you know?
Yeah, okay.
But some of it works really well. Atomic Blonde overall, pretty good. Story lets it down a bit. Action's amazing. Charlize's amazing. The Mummy Girl's amazing. James McAvoy is fantastic.
Is he? I love McAvoy.
But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Okay, I was thinking we could go through some news as well and look at like other movies that came out, like Dark Tower, Cars 3, The Girls Trip, Emoji Movie.
Yeah, I was about to say you just skipped the Emoji Movie. What are you doing?
It's been a long day, man. my brain is melting right now. But you know, that's not gonna work because A, my brain is melting. I'm very tired. B, we've been going for a while now. C, you have to go pretty soon.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna wrap it up here.
But wait, we have to talk 5 minutes about the news. 5 minutes.
Okay.
I give you brain massage.
Thank you. Okay, like Comic-Con D23 news. Okay. Episode 8, BTS reel. Give me like a 5-word response.
What?
Good. Okay, moving on. A Wrinkle in Time trailer. Oprah Winfrey.
Haven't seen it.
Thumbs up.
Nice. Mary Poppins 2 looks weird.
There wasn't even.
It's in The Incredibles 3.
What?
No. I'm sorry.
Incredibles 2.
I was thinking Despicable Me.
No. Incredibles 2. They showed some footage. Apparently, looks great. Oh god. Kingsman 2 trailer. There was a Thor Ragnarok trailer, Justice League trailer, Infinity War trailer.
I saw the new Thor Ragnarok. That looks amazing.
All looks very good. That's about it.
DCTV, very good.
Oh
Okay.
god. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about this. I should be better than this, but
You should.
It's been a long day, man. And now I have homework to do.
Inappropriate.
So thanks.
To tell people.
So thank you very much for listening. Again, this was kind of an irregular episode. Normally we'd have
'Cause
news. This is our comeback.
Yeah.
So normally we'd have, a little bit of that review up front, then news, and then an actual theme for the episode. But this week it was kind of weird because
with me being the, let's say, the funniest, the best, the lightest part of the whole show throughout.
Yeah, I'll just let you keep talking. So we'll be back to that in
a few weeks.
In the next episode. Yeah, we do this every other. I'm tired, man. We do this every
other 3 weeks, or say 2 or 3 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay. We do this every 2 weeks. Usually release on a Friday. I know we might do it every week.
Ooh.
We'll think about it. We'll try to get on iTunes again. Remember, new channel. Please subscribe to it. Please click
in the description
and in the little box in the corner
and in the Twitter.
Yes. So please check it out. That's where it's all going to be from now on. I hope you enjoyed this episode. You can find me. Please subscribe to the channel also, by the way, BHL Hudson. You can find me Twitter at BHL_Hudson, on Instagram at BHL_Hudson. You can find Freddie on Twitter.
You can find me on YouTube as FDK Gaming. And Twitter, FDK_Adult Sniper.
Okay.
Very good. At Instagram.
No, we're not doing this.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah, true. I can't face reveal him. Never mind. Instagram shall remain anonymous.
Yes.
Although they can probably figure it out.
People have found it, yeah. But, yeah, don't check out FDK Gaming.
It's amazing.
Minecraft videos that Freddie made, 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for listening. We will be back with a presumably better episode in the future. I hope this is good. All right.
Thank you all for listening.
And we'll see you next time. All right. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.